call is now being recorded.
Okay. Good morning, all. So, in the last lecture, we have started with the new chapter. The name of the chapter is Ergonomics and the Industrial Safety. So, actually, the ergonomics and the industrial safety both are the different concepts. But if we are considering that ergonomic concept in the industry, then what is the use of that particular ergonomic concept? Because when we are working with any organization in any type of industry, there may be possibility of accidents. So maybe some faulty operations, maybe faulty in the machines. So there are so many reasons due to which the accidents are happening. In addition to that, if we are not considering the ergonomic concept when we are designing any type of machine, when we are designing any equipment, when we are designing any workstation, if we are not considering any ergonomic concept, there may be possibility of accidents. So in order to avoid all such types of the situations, what we are doing, we are implementing that ergonomic concept or ergonomic consideration when we are designing any type of job, when we are designing any type of machine, when we are designing any type of equipment. Okay, so in the last lecture we have discussed about the basic introduction related to the ergonomics. So actually the ergonomics is one of the Greek word, but furtherly it is divided into the two types. The ergonomics, in that the first word is a ergon. Ergon means it is the work, and nomics, the meaning of the nomics is it is a natural law. Means when we are working on any job, any machine, any equipment, at that time during that particular working conditions, we have to apply some of the standard principles. So that standard principles we are applying means on any machine, whenever we are working, that particular machine, that particular equipment, that particular workstation, it should be fit to that particular worker. That means without any fatigue, without any stress, if we are working on that particular machine, equipment or any workstation, then we can say that the ergonomic concepts are to be considered. So based on this particular part, a basic introduction we have discussed about the last lecture, what is the use of that particular ergonomic concept. Then we have discussed about their objectives. Then we have discussed about their applications. And in that, in the last lecture, we have started with this particular point, that is man-machine system. So the name itself suggests that the man-machine system means whenever the man and machines are worked together to perform the job, that particular system is called as a man-machine system. That means without any man, it is not possible to operate the machine. Without any man, it is not possible to operate that particular machine. If only man is available and machine is not available, then it is not possible to go for the operation. If only machine is available and the operators or the mans are not available, it is not also possible to go for the operation. Therefore, the proper interaction of man-machine system is very important. Now, some of the automatic machines are available, fully automatic machines are available, but in that fully automatic machines also, if I have to hold the job, the man is required. If I have to remove the job, again man is required. Again, if I have to start the machine, again the man is required. Okay, that means without any operator, without any man, it is not possible to start that particular machine. So this is a figure we have discussed in the last lecture. Once again I will repeat. So this particular system, whatever the figure is in front of you, that particular system is called as a man-machine closed loop system. Because whenever we are working in any type of machine, on any type of equipment, that particular machine, it should be fit to that particular worker. If you take the example, whatever we are whatever the components, whatever the accessories we are using in our day-to-day applications. For example, in the last lecture I have given the example of the four-wheeler vehicles. In that particular four-wheeler vehicles, if whatever the seating arrangement is provided, if that particular seating arrangement is not fit to that particular worker, means we can directly say that the ergonomic concepts are not considered while designing that particular vehicle. That's why I have given the example of the Toyota. In that, the one vehicle is there, that is Innova. That particular Innova is designed as per the requirement of the passenger. Therefore, that particular vehicle is very fit to that particular worker. That means without any stress, without any fatigue, we can travel maximum distance through that particular vehicle. In addition to that, there are so many examples are there in our day-to-day applications. Maybe let's take an example of simple pen. Whatever the pen we are using for the writing purpose. So there are so many variety of the pens are there. So many companies are there, that companies are manufacturing the different types of the pens. But in that also, some of the standard pens are there, through that particular pen you can write very easily. Means as per the requirement of that particular person, that particular pen is to be designed. If you take the example of our shoes, there are some local brand shoes are there and some branded shoes are there. Maybe you can take the example of Puma, Adidas. So why that cost of that particular shoes are very high? Because as per the customer requirement, that particular shoes are to be designed. And if we are using that particular shoes, you can also get which type of the comforts are provided to that particular branded shoes. But such types of the comforts, it will not be provided to the local shoes. So means as per the customer requirement, that particular shoes is to be designed. That means the ergonomic concepts are to be considered. Similarly, in case of an industry, this man-machine concept is very important. So whatever the figure is in front of you, what that particular figure indicates. So here at the left side, the machine is there. So this is the machine is there. So whatever the control devices are provided, they are provided at the bottom side, and whatever the output, maybe whatever the displays are provided, that are provided at the top side. And here at the right side, the operator is there or the man is there. Now here the machine is working. Machine is working, that means he is converting the raw material into the finished goods. But in order to convert that particular raw material into the finished goods, some machine controls are required, and that machine controls are to be handled by using this particular operator. That means at the bottom side the machine controls are given, means maybe there may be some lever is there, some buttons are there, some pedal operated devices are there. So that means without that particular controls, it is not possible to operate that particular machine. Again, if the machine is working continuously, the machine is giving the different types of the outputs in the form of displays. That means that information is given to that particular same operator. Then operator or that particular man will observe that particular output through that particular display. If any corrective actions are required, again he is going to handle that particular control devices. Again machine is working. Again the display is giving output. Again the output is not as per our requirement. Again we will give the corrective action. That means this process is continuously going on. Controlling the devices, machine is working. The output will be observed through this particular display devices. Again this particular system is going on. Therefore this particular system is called as a closed loop system. And here the interaction of man and machine are there, and both are works together. Therefore this particular system is called as a man-machine system. And during that working, some of the ergonomic factors are considered. Means the control device is provided near to that particular operator only. Whatever the display is provided, that display is also provided near to that particular operator only. Because if the displays are having the maximum distance, at that time that operator is not possible, or that operator has not possible to see that particular display if it is provided at the long distances. As per the requirement of the customer, all the control devices should be provided near to them only. All the displays should be provided near to that particular worker only. So he can handle that particular all the control devices very easily, as well as he can see all the outputs through that particular display. Therefore this particular system is called as a closed loop system. Okay. Now then that particular man-machine system is furtherly divided into the three types. That is, first type is the manual system. That means fully manually operated. Whatever the machines we are operating, that particular machine is fully manually operated. Then mechanical system. This system is called as a semi-automatic system. That means sometimes the machine will work automatically, but in some of the operations, the man is required or the operator is required to handle that particular machine. And the third is called as a automated system. That means fully automatic. That means whatever the operations is performing by that particular machine, during that performing that particular operation, no need of the operator is required or no need of the man is required. So these are the basically three types. That is man-machine system is divided. Now we will discuss about the first one, which is called as a manual system. In that you can see this system uses operator energy and power for controlling the machine. In manual system means the name itself suggests that manual system means whatever the operations we are performing on any type of machine, all those operations can be performed by the operator energy or the operator power. That means in the first type, 101% the operator is required or the man is required to perform the operation. That means without any operator, without any machine, it is not possible to start that particular machine. That means from starting point to the end point. From starting means If I have to start the machine, operator is required. If I have to perform the operation, again the operator is required. If I have to stop the machine and remove the job, again operator is required. That means without operator, it is not possible to handle this particular manual system. Then second system is called as a mechanical system. This particular system is called as a semi-automatic system. Semi-automatic means sometimes the machine can be operated automatically, but sometimes without operator it is not possible to start that particular machine. Therefore, this particular system is called as a semi-automatic. Okay. Here, the power and energy is provided by the machine as well as operator. Whatever the power is required, whatever the energy is required to start that particular machine or to do your work. Sometimes the machine power can be used to perform the operation, and sometimes the operator power or the manpower is used to perform that particular operation. And the function of operator is only controlled by controlling the different types of the control valves. Machine can perform all the operations automatically, no problem. But sometimes if I have to start the button, I have to start the machine, I have to stop the machine, sometimes I have to maintain some of the constant pressure, some of the constant flow in that particular machine. So that particular constant pressure, constant flow, it will not be maintained by that particular machine itself. In order to maintain the proper flow, in order to maintain the proper pressure, here the operator is required. So if I have to maintain the constant pressure, the operator what will do? He will rotate that particular valve, then the pressure will be maintained. That means whatever the as per the requirement, maybe if you have to operate some of the control valves, such types of the operations it can be performed by that particular operator only. Once the constant pressure will be maintained, automatically machine will start and he is performing their operation. That means in this particular second system, which is called as a mechanical system, or it is also called as a semi-automatic, in which the power and energy of man as well as operator is required. Now maybe you can take 50% machine power is required and 50% operator power is required. But in case of a type number 1 manual system, 100% only operator power or the operator energy is required. In the second type, 50% machine power and 50% operator power is required. And then last type is called as the automated system. Name itself suggests that this system performs all the operations automatically. Name itself suggests that automated system means whatever the operations we are performing, whatever the work we are doing, that machine itself performs all the operations automatically. They perform their function without human assistance. That means without any operator, without any man. That machine perform all the functions. That means automatically that machine will be convert the raw material into the finished goods. The automated system requires human to install the program, reprogram, and maintenance of the machine. No problem. In case of an automated system, that automated machines perform all the operations automatically. That means without any human assistance, without any operator, without any machine, the raw material is converted into the finished goods. But in case of a automatic machines also, by some amount, some human assistance or the operators are required. Because if in case of a automatic system, all the machines are operated through the programming. If you take the example of CNC and the VMC machine, in CNC and VMC machine, some G codes are there and M codes are there. That means G code programming we have to do and M code programming we have to do. But that machine itself not generate the programs. So what we have to do? By using the operator or by using that particular skilled person, first of all, we have to generate the program and we have to install that particular program in that particular machine. So for that particular installation, again the operator is required. If I have to go for the reprogramming, again the operator is required. And if I have to go for the maintenance of the machine, for the maintenance purpose, only operators are required. The machine does not itself do the maintenance of their own. If I have to go for the maintenance of the machine, the operators are required. That means if I have to install the program, if I have to go for the reprogramming, and if I have to go for the maintenance of that particular system or the maintenance of that particular machine, at that time the operators are required. Otherwise, whatever the operations we are performing, all the operations can be performed automatically by that particular machine Therefore, this particular third type is called as a automated system. So these are the three types of the man-machine system in which the interaction of the machine is required as well as interaction of the man is required. So once again I am repeating, manual system means whatever the energy is required, whatever the power is required, all the energy, all the power can be provided by the operator only. 100% power will be given from the operator only. Second mechanical system, which is called as a semi-automatic, in which the energy and power of the machine as well as operator is required. Maybe you can say the 50% machine power is required, 50% operator is required. Also, in case of a semi-automatic system, if I have to operate some of the control devices, or if I have to operate some of the control valves, then all the such types of the valves, it can be operated by using the operator only. And third type is called as a automated system, fully automatic. That means all the operations are performed automatically without any human assistance. It can be performed. But in case of a fully automatic system also, if I have to install the program, if I have to go for the reprogramming, if I have to go for the maintenance of that particular system, or if I have to go for the maintenance of that particular machine, at that time the operators are required. So these are the basic three types of the man-machine system, that is manual type, mechanical type, and automatic type. Mechanical type is also called as a semi-automatic system. Automated system, it is also called as a fully automatic system. But in this all the three types, at least you can go for at least some amount of human interaction is required. In first two types, 100% it is required, but in case of a third type also, by some percentage, maybe 5 to 10% also, that human interaction are to be required. Therefore, these are the basic three types of the man-machine system. And now, here one example I have represented in front of you. Man-machine system. What is meant by the manually operated, then semi-automatic, and then fully automatic. That is, what example is there? Washing machine. So whatever the washing machine we are using in our home for washing the clothes. So that washing machine can be represented by the man-machine system. So what is the first figure represent? Figure number 1. Figure number 1, this is the manually washing machine. So if you go through this particular figure, if it is visible to you, that is one cycle is there, and at the bottom side of that particular cycle, that washing machine is to be attached. If I will sit on that particular cycle, and if I will start rotation of that particular pedal, so whatever the movement of that particular pedal is there, that movement of the pedal is used for operate the washing machine. Means here fully the energy or the power of the operator or the power of that particular man is required. That means whatever the rotating movement of the pedal is there, that rotating movement is used for operating that particular washing machine. Maybe if I will rotate that particular pedal, that energy is transferred to that particular washing machine, and whatever the rotating elements are there in that particular washing machine, that rotating elements will start rotate. Now here in the figure number 1, if the operator is not available, if man is not available, it is not possible to rotate that particular pedal, or it is not possible to operate that particular machine. Therefore, the first machine or the first figure is called as a manual washing machine, where the operator is required. Then second figure, which is called as a semi-automatic washing machine. So here the second figure is also given, the semi-automatic washing machine means here some amount of human assistance is required. In case of a second figure, by some amount of the human assistance is to be required. That means here I have to open that particular machine, I have to insert the number of clothes in that particular machine, I have to make some control devices. So here you can see at the top of that particular machine, some control devices are to be provided. So I have to set that particular machine as per the requirement, I have to set the temperature, I have to insert that particular powder. So means here 50% the human assistant is required. Once I have inserted all the clothes, I have maintained, I have given all the types of settings, and once I will start, automatically that washing machine will work and he is performing their operation. Therefore, the second machine is called as a semi-automatic, and last figure is called as a fully automatic. And now you can see whatever the third figure is there, such types of the washing machines are available nowadays in our home. Now the first type of figure, manual operated. These types of the machines are not available at our home. In last 15 to 20 years, whatever the second figure is there, second type of figure, such types of the washing machines are available in our home. And now the system is invented, whatever the third figure is given, that third figure is called as a fully automatic washing machines. And so such types of the third type of the figure, such types of the washing machines are available in our home, where this is fully automatic. Only here what we have to do, we have to insert our cloth in that particular machine, and I have to start the machine. Automatically that machine will wash that particular clothes. Also in that particular machine, some drying facilities are also available. Automatically whatever the water is present in the, automatically it will be removed, and only we have to take that particular cloth outside the machine. Now here only operator is required to insert the cloth in that particular machine, to start the machine, and after that stop the machine and take that particular clothes from that particular washing machine. So this is the example of the man machine system, which is represented by that particular example of the washing machine, in which the first figure is represents the manual washing machine, in which the operator or the man is required. The second figure is called as a semi-automatic, in which the 50% power of machine is required and the 50% power of that particular operator is required. And third one is called as a fully automatic, in which fully the machine is to be automated, but here some amount of human activity to insert, to start the machine and to stop the machine. So these are the three figures which represent the man machine system according to their category, that is manual type, mechanical type, and the automated system. So this is the figure 1, 2, and 3. And now we start with the another important devices which are using in the industry, that is types of displays. So in case of a ergonomic concept, which types of displays we are providing in the industry, that also plays very important role. Some of the big displays are available. If you go on the railway station, maybe everyone has visited to the railway stations. In that particular railway station, some of the big displays are available. For that particular displays, we can easily understood what is the train number, what is the train name, at what time that train is coming, at what time that train is going. So such types of all types of information you will get from that particular railway stations. So in case of an industry also, which types of the displays we have to provide? First, maybe you know, different types of the machines are there. Different types of the operators are there. Maybe some unskilled operators are there, some skilled operators are there. But if I have to represent all the informations on time to time basis, at that time, all such types of the information can be represented by using the different types of the displays. Therefore, the displays are basically divided into the two types. The first one is a visual display. Visual display means whatever the information, whatever the output is obtained from that particular machine, that particular output can be represented on one big display. Whatever the output you will get, whatever data you will get, that output, that data can be represented on one display. That particular concept or that particular display is called as a visual display. And the second important type is called as a auditory display. You can take the example of our college only. We are having the central PA system. If we have to give the announcement, maybe if I have to give the announcement within 5 seconds, it is not possible, or within 5 minutes, it is not possible to visit to the each and every class. So at that time, what we are doing, so through our PRO, whatever the central PA system is available, so we are making the announcement through that particular central PA system. That means within 5 minutes, within short period, you will get the information. So that particular displays are called as a auditory display. But one by one, we will discuss about each and every type of display. The first is called as a visual display. That visual display is again divided into the two subtypes. One is the quantitative and another is the qualitative. Quantitative means whatever the output you will get, that output will be available in the form of quantity. For example, if I have to measure the temperature by using the quantitative display, you will get the temperature as a 30 degrees Celsius, 35 degrees Celsius, 80 degrees Celsius, 100 degrees Celsius. That means output you will get in the form of quantity. Similarly, if I have to measure the pressure, if I have to measure the flow rate, that pressure will be obtained in the form of quantity. That flow rate will be obtained in the form of quantity. So such types of the displays are called as a quantitative displays, in which you will get output in the form of quantity. And the second subtype is called as a qualitative display. What is mean by the quality? You know, in some of the displays, you will not get the output in the form of quantity. Maybe you will get some different types of the graphs. Maybe sometimes the graph is increases, graph is decreases, again graph is increases, again graph is decreases. That means here you will get the information in the form of quality. Which type of the quality graph you will get. Maybe sometimes the output can be represented in the form of different types of diagrams. Output can be represented in the form of different types of the diagrams. Maybe some bar charts are given, some different type of charts are to be given. So in that case, you will not get the output in the form of quantity. Only we have to go for the nature of that particular figure. We have to see that particular figure in the proper manner, and according to the quality of that particular output, you can say that this types of the information you will get. Therefore, first of all, we will discuss about the visual display, and that visual display is furtherly divided into the two types. That is quantitative, means the output will be get in the form of quantity, and the qualitative means you will get the output in the form of different types of the figures, different types of the graph, different types of the charts, and through that you will get your proper output. Now, the quantitative display is furtherly divided into the three types. First, fixed scale moving pointer. Now, quantitative means in that particular, in order to measure the output in the form of quantity, scale will be given. So in that, the first type is the fixed scale and the moving pointer. If you take the example of our watch, in that the scale is fixed. That means number is given. Maybe if I will take the example of circular watch, in that particular circular watch, the scale is fixed. Maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Up to that 1 to 12, all the numbers are fixed. Maybe in the circular manner or maybe in the square manner. And whatever the pointers are there, pointers in the sense, you will get the time from that particular pointers. In that particular scale, the pointers are movable. Maybe one pointer is used for indicating the number of seconds. Another pointer is used for indicating the number of minutes, and another pointer is used for indicating the number of hours. So like that, three types of the pointers are provided in our watch. So according to that, the fixed scale and the moving pointer. Name itself is the scale is fixed and pointer is movable. That's why I have given the example of our watch. Then fixed pointer and the moving scale. So this second type of display devices are provided mostly in the industries where the pointer is fixed but scale is movable. Pointer is fixed but scale is movable. And third type is called as a digital display. Here, there is no any scale, there is no any pointer. Directly, you will get the output. Maybe nowadays, some another types of the watches are there in the market, through which you will get the output in the form of digital manner. That means there is no any pointer, there is no any scale. If I have to indicate the time, 2:15 p.m. Directly, you will get the output in the form of 2:15 p.m., 2:30 p.m. 3:30 p.m. Along with that, you will get the date also. Today's date, tomorrow's date, yesterday's date. So such types of all the information you will get in the form of digital manner. Therefore, the third type is also introduced in case of a quantitative display. But in all the three types, in case of a quantitative display, further it is divided into the two types: fixed scale, moving pointer, fixed pointer, moving scale, digital display. In all the three types, you will get the output in the form of quantity. In case of a quantitative display, whatever the three types we have defined, in all the three types, you will get the output in the form of quantity. Therefore, all the three types will be considered in case of a quantitative display. Then we will discuss about the qualitative display. By observing the quality of the figure, by observing the quality of that particular graph, we have to obtain the output. Now we will start with some of the standard figures also I have represented here. You can see fixed scale moving pointer. Fixed scale moving pointer. So these are the two figures you can see here. These are the two figures. So this particular two figures you can easily understand that how the scale is fixed and how the pointer is to be movable. Now if you think about the first figure, figure number 1, in that the circular scale is given. That the circular scale is given, and on that particular circular scale some numbers are given starting from 0 and it will be end up to the 90. So that particular circular scale is given means that circular scale is fixed. It is not movable. But on that, at the center point, one pointer is given. So that particular pointer is to be movable. Maybe this particular display is provided in order to measure the flow rate, in order to measure the pressure, in order to measure some of the another parameters as per the requirement of that particular machine. So in this particular type number 1, the circular scale is given and which is to be fixed, and at the center point, one pointer is to be attached, and that pointer will be operated as per the operation of that particular machine. Now in the second figure also, same display is there. Again, one circular scale is given. At the center point, one pointer is there, and that pointer will be operated as per the operation of the machine. And through this particular pointer, you will get the information. If the pointer is present on the 10 number, if it is present on the 20, 30, 40, 50. So according to that particular pointer, you will get the information about how much amount of pressure will be developed, how much amount of flow rate will be there. As per the requirement of that particular machine, you will get the output. So these are the examples of the fixed scale moving pointer in which the scale is totally fixed in the form of circular manner. But whatever the pointer is there, which is attached at the center, that pointer will be movable on that particular scale. Then the third figure is also there. In case of a third figure also, again, the information can be represented in the form of circular manner. That is, again, the scale is to be fixed and the pointer is to be movable. But if you observe, in case of a third figure, at the right side, all the information will be given in the positive manner. That means 0 is present at the center. At the right side, positive 10, positive 20, positive 30, positive 40, positive 50. But at the left side, same numbers are there, but they are represented in the negative region. Minus 10, minus 20, minus 30, minus 40, minus 50. That means in some of the applications, you have to obtain your output in the form of positive manner or in the form of negative manner. In such condition, such types of the displays are provided for that particular machine where you will get the output in the form of positive readings, or sometimes you will get the output in the form of negative values. So sometimes you will get the output in the positive value, sometimes you will get the output in the negative value. So like that, such types of the displays are also provided in the industry. But in this also, your scale is totally fixed, only pointer is to be movable. Maybe sometimes your pointer will comes into the positive region like this. Sometimes your pointer will be moved in the negative region. As per the movement of that particular pointer, you will get the reading. And then the fourth figure, it is also related to the fixed scale pointer, but in that, if the scale is given, that scale is given in the form of semicircular manner. Only half circle is there, and from that particular half circle, such types of the displays are provided. You know, if you observe the display devices of the four-wheelers, in the sum of the four-wheelers, some semicircular displays are available because there is no need of to provide the total circular scale. Through half circle only, through semicircles only, you will get the output. And you can see here, in case of a fourth figure, the point is started from the 0, and at the left side, it is end up to the 10. That means from lower value to the maximum value, you will get the output. Therefore, I have given the example of the four-wheelers. In that particular four-wheelers, if your vehicle is totally stationary, whatever the speedometer is there, that speedometer, whatever the pointer of the speedometer is there, it will be at 0 point only. If the vehicle is started, and if I will increase the speed from 0, it will move to 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 20. And speed of our vehicle normally up to the 90 km per hour or the 100 km per hour. That means according to the increasing the speed, that pointer is also movable. Therefore, whatever the figure number 4 is there, such types of the displays are provided in case of a four-wheeler vehicles. In some of the machineries are also there, some of the equipments are also there, where types of four types of displays are provided. So whatever the four figures are in front of you, that is figure number 1, figure number 2, figure number 3, and the figure number 4. In all the three figures, the scale is totally fixed, only pointer is movable, and that pointer is moved as per the requirement of the machine. The pointer will be movable as per the requirement of the machine. So these are the different types of the displays. These are the different types of the displays which are provided in the industry as per the requirement, which is called as a fixed scale and the moving pointer. Then this is also another type of the fixed scale and the moving pointer, in which the scale is provided in the vertical manner. In the previous figure, the scale is provided in the form of circular manner. Maybe 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, it will be provided, that readings are provided in the circular manner. But in some of the equipment or in the some of the machines in which we have to provide your scale in the form of vertical manner or in the form of horizontal manner. We can take the example of our vernier caliper. If you take the example of vernier caliper, on that particular vernier caliper, whatever the scale is represented, that scale is represented in case of a horizontal manner. But in that, if you think that scale is totally fixed, it is directly printed on that particular vernier caliper. If you take the example of vertical height gauge, again it is one of the instruments which is used to measure the height. That vertical height gauge, in that again the scale is provided in the vertical manner, but it is totally fixed. Only pointer is movable. So here you can see, in case of a first figure, vertical scale is provided from 0 to 50, and here the pointer is there. That pointer will be movable. Again in the second figure, the scale is provided in the horizontal manner, and this is the pointer which is to be movable. Maybe sometimes as per the requirement of the machine, maybe sometimes the scale will be provided in the circular manner, in which the pointer will be movable. Also, the scale will be provided in the vertical manner or the horizontal manner. Maybe we can say the scale can be provided in the linear direction, in which again the pointers are to be movable. So these are the two examples. This is the example number 1, in which the scales are provided in the circular manner, pointers are movable, and this is the second example, in which again the scale is fixed and the pointers are to be movable. And now here the second type is the fixed pointer movable scale. Fixed point movable scale means your scale is movable and the pointer is to be fixed. Now if you look at to the figure number 1, if you look at to your figure number 1, at the center here at the top the pointer is there, and at the right side the scale will be given. At the left side the scale will be given. The right side, whatever the scale is represented, it represents maybe some increasing parameters. At the left side the decrease word is there. That means if you will get the value in the form of this, you will get the decreasing parameter. Therefore you can see here the starting from the 0, and from 0 to 60 it represents, or 0 to 50 it will represent the decreasing value, and from 60 or from 70 to 100 it will represent the increasing parameter. But here your pointer is totally fixed at one point. Only this scale is movable. So whenever the machines are in working condition, at that time, as per the pressure of that particular machine, as per the flow rate of that particular machine, that particular scale becomes movable. If pressure is increases, scale will start moving. Again, if the pressure is decreases, again it will start moving. Only here the pointer is to be fixed. If it is moving and if we hold to the 60 point, means we can get 60 amount of pressure is present in that particular machine. Again, if pressure is increases from 60, it comes to the 70, from 70 to 80. Again, if the pressure is decreases from 80, if it will comes to the 40, you can say that the pressure is goes on decreasing. That means as per the operation of that particular machine, here the scale movable and the pointer is totally fixed. Scale is movable and the pointer is totally fixed. the fixed scale example and movable scale example, both are fixed. This construction is also fixed and this construction is also fixed, but their internal construction is totally changed. In fixed scale movable pointer, in which the scale is totally fixed in the circular manner or maybe in the linear manner, only pointer is to be movable. Therefore, if you look at in this particular figure, the pointer is provided at the center point. Due to that only, the pointer can be movable. But in this particular figure, if you see, the pointer is not provided at the center. It is provided at the one position, that is at the top portion only, where it is to be fixed. Only scale will start moving maybe in the clockwise direction or maybe in anti-clockwise direction as per the operation performed by that particular machine, and from that you will get the output. Therefore, this particular example is called as a fixed pointer movable scale. Then again in the second figures also you can see here the figure number 2 is there, in which maybe the scale is represented in the half circle. Maybe here at the top again the pointer is fixed, only scale will be movable. Here figure number 3, again here the scale is to be movable, the pointer is fixed at this particular point. Again in the figure number 4, the display is available in the form of rectangle, in which the readings are provided at the bottom side, and here the pointer is to be totally fixed. Means here in all the 4 types of the figures, in all the 4 types of the examples, your pointer is totally fixed, only scales are to be movable. So in many types of the machines, in many types of the equipments, such types of the scales or such types of the display devices are to be provided. So understand the basic difference between the type number 1 and the type number 2, that is fixed scale and the movable scale. In fixed scale, if the scale is fixed, pointer is movable. If scale is movable, pointer is to be fixed. And these are the 4 examples in which your pointer is totally fixed, only scale is to be movable. And then these are again some examples, that is your scale can be represented in the vertical scale, maybe it will be represented in the horizontal scale. Again some additional figures also given at the bottom side. So here this is the circular scale is represented. This is again another circular scale is to be represented, which is to be designed. This is the original figure and this is the redesigned figure. So if you compare the figure number 1 and the figure number 2 to each other, in the figure number 1, maybe some you will get the output in the form of kilowatts, 0, 100, 200, 300, 400. But same displays can be designed. The redesigning is to be taking place, and after the redesign, you will get the new types of the displays. So these are the various types of the examples in which you will get the output in the form of quantity only. If you look at from the figure number 1, from this figure to this figure, then this will be the third one and this will be the fourth one, in which maybe sometimes your scale is fixed, pointer is movable, sometimes your scale is movable but pointer is to be fixed. But whatever the output you will get, that output you will get in the form of quantity only. That means directly readings you will get in the form of quantity. And this is the last point, which is called as a digital display. You know, directly you will get the output in the form of digital 27943. Directly value you will get. At internal part, whatever it is happening in that particular equipment only. But whatever the output you will get, that output will be in the form of digital manner. Therefore, I have given the example of simple, whatever the watch we are using in our day-to-day applications. Some watch are available in which the scale is there, pointer is there, but nowadays some standard watches are available. Maybe you can take the example of that EMI company is there. For that particular EMI company, that digital watches are available. In that particular digital watches, you will get direct quantity. How much time is there? 3.15 minutes. That means 3 hours 15 minutes. Also, that watches will give the dates also. What is the today's date? What is the tomorrow's date? Such types of the information you will get in the form of quantity directly, in which there is no any scale, there is no any pointer. Whatever the previous 2 points we have discussed, in which the scale is also provided, pointers are also provided, but in case of a digital display, there is no any use of pointer, there is no any use of that particular scales, directly you will get the output in the form of digital manner. So such types of the displays are also implemented in the equipment, in any types of the machineries, or in case of a four-wheeler vehicles also. You can see, if you see the display of our four-wheeler, in that if we are increasing the speed, that increasing the speed can be represented by the scale and the pointer. But some another digital displays are also provided near to that particular scale and pointer, that that particular digital display can indicate about how much amount of kilometer is traveled by that particular vehicle, how much amount of petrol or diesel is present in that particular vehicle. So such types of the information can be represented through this particular digital display. If you take the example of two-wheelers, in case of a two-wheelers, the speed of the vehicle as well as the amount of petrol present in that particular vehicles, both the parameters can be represented by using the scale and pointer only. But if there is in case of a two-wheelers also, some digital displays are available, but in some of the standard vehicles, in some of the standard two-wheelers only, such types of the digital displays are available. But many times, in case of a two-wheelers, only scale and pointer types of the displays are available. So these are the basically three types of the quantitative displays in which you will get the output in the form of quantity. So in case of a displays, we have started with the visual display, in which your output is to be totally visible in that particular visual display. Today we have covered about the quantitative display, in which you will get the output in the form of quantity, and in that again we have discussed about the three subtypes. In the first type is the fixed scale movable pointer, then second type movable scale fixed pointer, and third one is a digital display. So in all the three types you will get the output in the form of quantity. Therefore all the three types of the displays are called as a quantitative displays. And then auditory display. Here auditory display means you will get the output, you will get the information, you will get the output or you will get the information in the form of voice. That's why I have given the example of our college, that is central PA system, because sometimes that particular auditory display, it is very superior, because sometimes if I have to give the information immediately to the operator, to the workers, at that time it is not possible to visit to the each and every workstation, it is not possible to visit to the each and every machine and you will get the information. At that time this particular auditory display, it plays very, very important role. Therefore this auditory display is very superior than the visual display. So these displays are suitable as a warning devices. Maybe you know that if you take the example of that particular sugar industry, whenever that particular sugar industry is started, there is one big noise is there. There is one big noise is there. That means we can say that the first shift is started. If the second noise is coming, the second shift is started. If the third time, if that noise is coming, we can say that the third shift is to be started. Therefore, this particular auditory displays are mostly suitable for the warning devices. Okay, then some situation where these displays are more suitable. For example, when the message is very simple and short. If I have to give the message to the operator, if I have to give the message in total industry, at that time, these particular displays are plays very important role. Once again, I will take the example of our college only. The central PA system is available. If I have to give the simple message, and that message is very short, but it is very simple. For example, all the students are requested to gather in the open air setup. So this is a very simple message. So it is not possible to visit to the each and every classes. You have to circulate the notices. So it is possible, but it will take more time. But if I have to give the same message through this particular auditory display, what I will do, I will go to the central PA system. I will announce the things like that. All the students are requested to gather in the open air. That means within 5 minutes, that information will be spread to all the types of classes or to all the college. So in such situations, this auditory plays very important role, where the message is very short and very simple. Then second, when the message call from the immediate attention, immediately within 5 minutes. If I have to give the message, again, this auditory display is very, very important role. Again, I am giving the example of our central PA system. If we want to gather immediately in our open air setup, again, immediately I will visit to that particular central PA system. I will announce the thing within fraction of second or within fraction of minutes. I will give the message or I will give the information to all the students which are present in our colleges. Or if you take the example of our pranayam, whatever we are performing from 10 to 10:30. So centrally, the proper announcement is there, and according to that announcement, we are performing that particular pranayam in our classes. So it is not required to provide separate person to the each and every class to conduct that particular pranayam. Automatically at 10 a.m. your pranayam announcement will be start, and accordingly we are performing that particular pranayam at our respective classes. That means in such situations also, this particular auditory display plays very, very important role. And third one, when receiver moves from one position to the another position. So such types of the auditory displays are very important in order to position. Sometimes whenever we are working in any type of industry, sometimes the workers is not present at their respective location. Some operators are not present at their respective machine. So immediately what we will do, we will call that particular person by the name and ask them to make available at their respective positions. So it is not possible to see that particular person in total industry. So maybe for observing them, some another person is required. So in order to avoid such type of the situations, so what I will do, I will announce the name of that particular person and I will ask them to be present at their respective location. In such situations also, this auditory display plays very, very important role. Also, if you take the example of our college only, we are organizing different types of the events. Maybe some center level events are there, some department level events are there. So at that time also, we are using our central PA system. That means if we have to give the message to the other participants, those who are coming from the other colleges, we are giving the message like that. These students are there, their events are started, all such students are requested to report to the CSA department. All such students are requested to report to the mechanical department. That means maybe that particular participants are present near to the gate, maybe he is present at the canteen, maybe he is present outside the college. But if the message is given from that particular system, that particular participants can listen that particular message immediately, and immediately he start moving to their respective locations. Therefore, as compared to the visual displays, this auditory display, it is very superior, but it is having some limitations. If I have to give only short message, simple message, if I have to gather all the operators, all the students at the one location, or if I have to take the position of that particular respective person, at that time only these auditory displays are very useful. But here you will not get the output in the form of quantity. You will not get the output in the form of quantity, only for some warning conditions. If I have to complete the task within fraction of minutes or within fraction of seconds, in such conditions only this auditory display plays very, very important role. Otherwise, if I want output in the form of quantity, at that time I have to use either visual display, in which either I have to go for the quantitative display or either I have to go for the qualitative display. Otherwise, this auditory display is very superior, but where it is to be suitable, if I have to give the short message, simple message, if I have to give the immediate attention, if I have to receive the position of that particular worker, in such condition only these auditory displays are very useful. And you know the benefit of this particular auditory display as per our central PA system, how that particular central PA system plays very important role in order to give the information anytime within the short period. So these are the various types of the displays in which we have discussed about the basically two types, visual display and the auditory display. Visual display is furtherly divided into the two types, quantitative and the qualitative. Quantitative display is again divided into the three types, fixed scale, movable pointer, movable scale, fixed pointer, and the digital display. And qualitative display, there is no any type of display. The figure is not available for the qualitative display, but you just only assume that the qualitative displays are available in the form of graph, in the form of chart, in the form of different types of the figures. By observing that particular figure only, or by observing the nature of that particular graph only, you have to obtain the output. So that particular displays are called as a qualitative displays. Okay. So with this, today we will stop here. The remaining part we will see in the next lecture.